Okay, what is happening, people? You have all been asking for more vlogs, more behind the scenes, more blah blah blah, things that I'm doing in my daily sloth life. Well, here you go. Right now I'm dealing with space. I need to get rid of some things and make some space. This is the other side of the big wall we'll see here. So what am I gonna do? I'm going to sell some manga. That's what we gotta do. As much as everyone says they just keep all their manga and they read it all, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we gotta get rid of things. So I'm gonna show you how to sell some manga. I'm gonna show you how to make some space. I'm gonna take you along my ride because I'm selling and I'm shipping and I'm getting rid of some manga and sending some goodies to people. So let's get into it. First things first, I have so much manga I'm selling. I literally have manga selling sections. So right here, these two rows, these are all for sale. These are things that I gather up for sale and for giveaways. So if I'm gonna do a giveaway, I can grab a manga that's cool, you know, a set of manga, something fresh, newer out of there, and also some semi-rare volumes back in here. And then these rows are also for sale too, just more build up. You got some newer things, older things. We got a pretty spicy one here. Look at that. We got a sealed mint Dr. Slump number 16. It still has the sticker on it. This sucker right here is going for 100 plus easy these days. Rest in peace, Akira, my guy. Yeah, so I'm gonna be bundling up some of these. Now coming over here, one thing that I'm doing and I'm putting a lot of emphasis on anymore is box sets. The box sets are saving me so much space and time. So I'm selling the 1 through 20, I believe, of these My Hero. I know these are the American print and not the Italian, but that's just what we are doing. This one here is an alternate cover. That's why there's two there. Before anyone asks, someone always asks, we will not be getting rid of Full Sloth Alchemist. This would have already been sent in to get graded, but I knew they would steal it because it's worth too much. I sold some manga, so let's go pull an order and let's ship it. All right, I usually don't do things over here. As you can see, here's my wall. I got a table here. I set some from an older shelf so I could do some backdrops because I took pictures of these so people can see what I had for sale. You can already see I got some things rolling here, and then you will start to see why I need a little bit more room. All these series, they all keep growing. Even the box set row underneath here keeps growing. Nothing slows down. I sell hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of manga a year. All that manga you've seen for sale and this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just what I had time and patience to take a picture of and try to sell some. Okay, first up, I sold 365 days till marriage. Wife did not enjoy this. She thought it was okay. And the person ordering this also ordered some cat manga. Where is that? Okay, yeah, here we go. We got My Sister the Cat. This looks kind of funny. Has anybody ever read this? There's so many cat mangas out there. I just don't know. And then here is the other one that I see here. Now this one my wife did read. Here's another cat manga, and this is My New Life as a Cat. So this is 1 and 2, and that will be one order for someone. Now when you're selling manga, you don't have to do what I do. Sometimes I change my prices. Obviously I sell things for what they're worth if they are special or something, but I was selling all of these and most of my manga for 50% off. And if you order from me, I always write you a note. Thanks, enjoy. TMS, TheMangaSloth, and I always give one of my fresh looking Zen Sloth bookmarks, obviously. Slap that puppy on there. Then I have an affiliate, which is Scifier, obviously, and I have tons of bookmarks, so I slip some of those in there and put my TheMangaSloth code on there for 5% more off. Give everybody a well-rounded blob of bookmarks. Now, while we are talking about bookmarks, do any of you use bookmarks? Sometimes I fall asleep or I don't read a whole volume and I don't use a bookmark. I just try to find it the next day or something. I've used bookmarks before. I just don't use them too much. Now, unlike some people, and yes, you know who I'm talking to, I do not ever ship my manga in any way that I wouldn't want mine shipped. So I ship it in a way that if you ship it this way or better, it's good with me. Now with 4 manga like this that aren't omnibuses are big, I give it a nice heap of bubble wrap around it, piece of tape, and then I kind of fold these in kind of like a Christmas present. And it's always good practice to do the best job you can with shipping and protecting, most importantly, the manga you are sending out. Especially if you don't want returns, you don't want people complaining. So for this size, 4 volumes and under-ish, I use these like impenetrable plastic sealers here that are just the bomb. And then, since I have multiple orders, generally I would put the person's name on here, but since that is the only person who ordered cat manga, I know who they are, and I'll put this aside until I print a label. All right, what's next? I have a little paper here that's telling me what sold recently. Selling's pretty annoying, so make sure when you're selling things to make it less annoying, you know your prices, you know a general idea if you're willing to haggle, if you're going to hold strong, and then also know where you want to ship. For me, I pretty much stay in the US for shipping. There are some cases where I have shipped to Canada. It's pretty expensive, and then obviously outside of North America is even more expensive, so make sure you know that and you know your shipping costs. The places where I was selling these are on my Instagram, on Discord, and on MangaSloth. So that's what I did with these. So the next one up is Chainsaw Man, which I have right here. This is another one that I am selling my singles. I've had my singles, for forever, just forever. I am selling them because I have the box set, and I was thinking about it and I'm like, you know what, the box set is just, you know, good enough for me. So what I'm gonna do with these is do a split of 5 volumes and 6 volumes, and then get my garbage handwriting, get you that. Let's see, chainsaw people might like giant kaiju dinosaur things. There's some bookmarks. We'll slip another one in there. That one looks kind of shonen-y. Okay, make sure you have bubble wrap or some type of protection thing. Bubble mailers don't usually work very well. They're better than nothing, but usually even in bubble mailers, I wrap mine in bubble wrap. And then for this one, we're gonna put it in a box, so we'll have some stuffing. And because these ones are going to be going in a small box, I am not going to be putting a ton of bubble wrap on them. Just a nice thin layer so they do not move around in the box, because the box, which you will see, will have some protection. Okay. So, how many of you watching have sold manga? I know a lot of people have sold plenty of other things. You know, Facebook and everything is full of tons of crap. Have any of you had any luck or any horror stories about selling manga? I think most of us have had stories that were not ideal when we are buying manga. I think everybody's got one of those. Story of damaged manga or something. Alright, I looked around and unfortunately I do not have a... I could just use this one. I mean, it's a little bit... it's definitely overkill. I don't think it would raise the price since it's not really by size, it's by weight. But I'm going to carve this box up. Oh boy, let me tell you, I Frankensteined this box big time, and I am not impressed. I sometimes get boxes like this that look all beat up and Frankenstein together, and I just wonder to myself, like, come on, you couldn't give me a real box? And now I'm the person sending it out like this. All right, I give some padding on the bottom as you should. Slap these in. The padding allows it so when the mail guy kicks it around, and they will, it'll have some fluffing that it won't beat everything up. And then I get some of this filler paper or whatever you got, and I put it around the edges as a buffer. Put the rest on top, and boom, there you go. You got an ugly Frankenstein box full of manga. Well, there she is. Look at that. Has a butt crack and everything. This is not great, folks. But I'll tell you what, it's literally indestructible. I put so much tape and packaging in this thing. Kind person who purchased Chainsaw Man CSM right there. Kind person, I thank ye. Your books are safe. And this Frankenstein box is indestructible, I promise you. And it will get shipped out. Okay, so we have some behind the scenes footage here. This is another shelf that I have that has a ton of manga all over it. And then I have these tubs. These are like the big yellow tubs you can buy from like Home Depot or whatnot. And they are just filled to the brim with everything. I mean, what is this? We got Expo 2000, no clue. We got Vampire Hunter D #2. That's pretty cool. Look at those purple pages on the edge. That is what people should do more often. Look how cool that is. Heck yeah. That's a cool book. I just got so many books around here, just stacked up, buried, boxes, bins. I don't know what to do with them except for to take them places and shoot them. Just tons of manga. Reign of the Seven Spellblades, #2. Yeah, lots of manga. So I am getting the next order here. What am I doing? What am I looking for? I'm looking for something that's not even over here. What am I thinking? I'm looking for Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, which I know is still over on the table. And that's because we got this box set. I'm selling a 0 through 9. That's because we have this, and I have doubles now. And I have doubles of 0 because I know 0 is not in this box set. So let's head that way. Back to the table. There it is. But I just noticed I'm missing 7. Why is 7 not in there? Another thing I will say is when you are selling a manga and you want the highest amount of money and with the least amount of hassles, preparation, like in most things, is key. So if you want to sell this Dragon Ball Super, you need to let the people know it's in pretty good condition. We have some corner damage there, but really nothing to cry about. But if there's writing and stickers or rips or tears or anything like that, you got to let the people know. You don't just want to send it to them. So for books like this that have a smidge bit of damage, for a book in this condition, I would say it's in good condition. Nothing else to complain about. No rips, no tears, no writing, no anything like that. And also, if I'm not commanding top dollar, if you're trying to command top dollar, if you're saying I want $9.99 for this retail, you got to make sure it's just as good or better than somebody could just go out and buy the same one. For stuff like this, like I said, I sell everything 50%, so this would be like $5. Also very important, when you are selling a manga, make sure you use PayPal goods and services. Now the reason I'm not saying use Venmo and Cash App and all these different places, PayPal goods and services can protect you. There's a lot of people out there trying to scam you, and that goes even double for when you're buying manga, because if you send it to them for friends and family, if you don't know them, they can keep your money. You can complain to your bank and PayPal and anything, you will never get your money back. But if you use goods and services and they never ship it, then you can get your money back. Now, there's plenty of times that I give friends and family money to people when I buy things, but they're generally people I know, like other manga tubers or stuff like that. So, as you can see here, someone bought my, if you can see that, this ReZero lot. These are all in great condition, so that was a great deal. I sold these for, I believe, $70. So that is a great price to jump into ReZero from chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4. And obviously you get the bookmarks and stuff. So I found this janky little box. This will work just fine. Let's chuck some paper down in there. So with this box, I am choosing to just do the tower in the middle because I do have the ability to maybe stick them side by side, but they are too tight. Get that padding around the edge. A little bit on top, and there you go. When you ship things out with boxes, make sure there is no previous junk on the boxes. No previous labels. If there are labels and previous things on there, make sure they're covered up. You do not want the mail people sending it back to you or something like that and making you pay double for shipping. Some boxes I have, like this one I think was from Crunchyroll or Right Stuff, they do have their stuff on the bottom. I'm kind of fussy, so I always go to the side and put like an extra tight piece on there. Make sure nothing else comes off. And then obviously you see the label used to be here, so I'm just gonna put ReZero, and I'm just gonna put my label over this to keep it nice and clean. And a box like this for media mail shipping should be between $5 and $7 depending on the weight, most likely. The bag we did earlier, since I believe this will be over 1 pound, it will be in the $4 to $5 range. Generally 2 manga volumes, regular size, will be less than a pound, so you'll be able to ship it at like $3.80 media mail. Just keep that in mind. Just to give you a slight idea, because people have been wanting to know, this was in the past, what I did or how I did my little mystery bags for MangaSloth people that I could ship to. What I generally did is I went into my manga, I pulled out a manga, and then I usually gave 2 manga, so I would get a second manga. Generally try to do volume 1s. If not, I do always 1 volume 1 and then another random manga. I stick them together. I gave everybody a MangaSloth Sloth Gundam sticker. We got the OG Sleepy Sloth sticker. Obviously the other logo with the mage staff. And then, really limited with these beauties, we gave away MangaSloth enamel pins. These are heavy. These are really nice. With the main wizard logo, and you got the Hunter x Hunter, Sailor Moon, and Yu Yu Hakusho with the Full Metal Alchemist, alchemy symbol there. Look at that. That yellow is glistening. It's got like glitter in it or something. Those were given away to random special subscribers. Slap them down in there, and then obviously we gave some cool Scifier also bookmarks. And then I was giving out Yen Sloth bookmarks, but we had some of the other ones also, and then put in one of those green bags and then sent off to the good people. And unfortunately, those were US only. It's so much to ship overseas, so just make sure you keep that in mind if you are selling manga. Now, when it comes to selling manga, something that's very important is money. You need to understand money is important. Now, for me, money is a little less important. I'm not selling these because I need the money. I'm selling them because I need space. Now, don't get me wrong, I do not want these manga anymore. I would love to get rid of them, but the pain and agony of selling is annoying. So whenever I'm feeling a space crunch, that's when I start getting into gear and selling manga. And yes, that box set does not go there. That is where my other Chainsaw Man go. That's why you're seeing some other ones there. Selling series and getting the box set has been wonderful. I'm saving so much room, so much space. It is a blessing. But also selling manga is a privilege, and selling manga is something that is good, because when I go and get this Golden Kamui, if I want to sell this, I can sell this and make back a good chunk, if not close or more than what I paid for it a lot of the time. And if I bought this all digitally, I would not only not own my digital copies, technically, I would not be able to sell them. So even if the digital copies of 30 manga were $4 a piece, I paid $120 and that's it. This is a lot more expensive. We like physical books, and I'll be able to sell these if I ever want to. Now on the flip side, Chainsaw Man as an example used to be like volumes 1 through 11. Before this box set came out, I could have got maybe $90 for them or something. I sold my Chainsaw Man 1 through 11 singles for $45, and the reason is this box set tanks the price of the Chainsaw Man books like crazy, because you can go out and buy this box set for $60 everywhere. In a lot of places $55, in some places $45 to $50 if you find a good deal. So that just brings me to my earlier point that you cannot sell things easily or quick for retail, selling manga for retail. And you'll also know, like if you wanted to sell this 86 volume and you wanted to sell it for retail, you wanted to get $13, well, you're probably not going to get that because you have to ship it. And shipping, like I told you, is going to cost $3.80. So you would have to sell it for almost $17, and no one's gonna buy it for $17. So then you would have to lower it to $9 and then hope somebody buys it, and then they realize after shipping the cost is gonna be retail. So for these volumes I sell them at 50%. It's just easier for me. You don't have to do that. Let me know if any of you have had a buying or selling disaster. I want to hear about it. I want to hear if it's not just me, because I have some stories and I will definitely tell you next time.